Hi, and welcome back to Manhattan's Renters Coaching Corner. Today we're going to cover a great subject. The subject is the difference between a doorman building, elevator building, and walk-up building, and prices, and what will be the best fit for you as a client. You as a tenant and the client is looking to rent an apartment must understand certain things about Manhattan. Manhattan has a big variety of different buildings, anywhere east, west, midtown, downtown, uptown. There's a huge variety of different kind of buildings, but they're really they're really narrowed down to 33 categories, which is doorman, elevator, and walk-up. And it's very simple to understand because many people have got the perception that a doorman building may be more expensive because it has more amenities, there's more staff in the building, there's more prices, so it's more expensive. The truth is, in many cases, we need to understand that the price compared to size may be something that we need to reevaluate and see again. So many times clients come to us and are looking for instance, as an example, we would go ahead and work with a client looking for a one bedroom in the $2,000 range in a walk-up or an elevator building. Now, what's very important to understand in a walk-up and elevator building, as the nature of the buildings are not very high. Okay, they may be, if it's a walk-up, it may be 4 or 5 stories high. If it's an elevator, it might be 10 or 12 stories high, possibly, maybe a little more. But many times, those buildings are, because they're in an area where there are other higher buildings in them, they may not have the best views, the best light, the best exposure. Some of them have beautiful tree line views, and then the nice level of trees. But on the other hand, we don't get the openness and the sky and the light that may be available on a higher building or a higher doorman building. Now, because of that, we also know that smaller buildings are normally put together, and for instance, brownstones in Manhattan, in most cases, they are side to side. So there's a brownstone building, and right next door there's another brownstone, or another small building. And basically, if you think about it that way, the exposure and the light and the windows, they normally are facing one or two directions, meaning the front and the back, because the sides are completely blocked by other buildings. So you will have exposure and light only at the back and the front of the building. So what's very important to understand is, if we're looking for an apartment, for instance, that one bedroom in a $2,000 range in a walk-up or elevator building, we may consider as well another possibility into an option of going ahead and looking at doorman buildings. Now, some of you may be shocked when I just said that, because you think doorman, $2,000, how am I going to find a one bedroom, a doorman building, $2,000? And the truth is, in that specific price range, you're probably not. However, what most people do not realize, which is a key here, and pay close attention, because this is one of the most important secrets in the real estate industry that you will find out today. And that is, a L-shaped studio or a very large studio, square foot wise or size wise, may be very comparable or even larger than a one bedroom in a walk-up or an elevator building that you have been looking at. Yes, that's correct. It may be bigger than what you'd be looking at in an elevator doorman building. Now, yes, it may not be a real one bedroom, it may be an L-shaped studio, or it may be a very large studio, but square foot wise and size and space wise, it feels much better and bigger. It will definitely, in most cases, have better view, amenities, nothing to talk about, obviously much more. And that's very important to understand, because if you've been searching all this time at one bedrooms or large studios in elevated walk-up buildings, you may consider or may ask your agent that you want to stretch your budget a little bit or stretch your price range a little bit and go and see what's available in doorman buildings in an L-shaped studio size. Now, the same goes for instance, for 2 bedrooms. Okay, if you're looking at 2 bedrooms in a elevator or walk-up buildings, normally there would be more box in and more tight and less light. How about if you would go and look at a very large 1 bedroom in a doorman building? That is something, again, one of the best kept secrets is people that will shift from a walk-up or an elevator building to a doorman building that may be a little bit called a size smaller, but the actual square footage and the exposure and the light may be much more, so you would actually go ahead and get more for what you're willing to spend. So that's a little bit information regarding going ahead and difference between the elevator, walk-up and doorman buildings. It's very important to understand that. Keep your options open, talk to the agents that you're working with, make sure they understand exactly what your desires are, what your needs are, and who knows, you may be able to get a very, very good deal, which is much more amenities or much more service than you expected for the same price, and the size maybe even bigger, contrary to what many people think logically is correct. Hope that helped. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.